I've lost over 50 pounds, but today I ate whatever I wanted, so let's get into it. I don't know what it is about this protein bar, but I eat it every single morning. It just hits the spot. I never thought I would see the day that a Raising Cane's comes to Philly. Like what? The line was insane. The first bite I took into the chicken, I immediately understood the hype. I even made one of these little sandwiches. So good. I cannot wait to go back. For dinner, it was HelloFresh night, which is my favorite night. I made this chicken sausage and pesto tortellini. And is it really dinner if I don't have an ice cold Coke Zero on the side? I added asparagus to it for some extra veggies. I have never had a bad HelloFresh meal, and no, I am not sponsored. I always get asked that. My neighbor is an amazing baker, and she brought me over a piece of this vanilla strawberry cake. Oh my god, amazing. 10 out of 10.
What I eat in a week as a full-time food blogger and somebody that just likes to eat a lot. Started off the week at my friend David's pop-up. He's an amazing chef and he used to work at French Laundry. He made these lobster garlic noodles and Vietnamese style filet mignon. The next night I went to this Thai food market in Hollywood that I saw on Instagram, and oh my god, the food was so good, especially the skewers and the mussels. Then the next day I went to this event at the Celestino rooftop bar. It was an open bar and I cannot say no to free shots, and they even had this margarita fountain. I had like 4 margaritas, so I had to order a ton of food, and my friend Jenny kept bringing more shots, so we had to go downstairs and eat a bunch of bread so I wouldn't be hungover in the morning. And all that bread worked because I wasn't hungover, so I went to get some boba and ate some sushi over in the Sawtelle area. But then at night, my friend was like, hey, there's this new alcoholic boba lounge in Little Tokyo. Do you want to check it out? And I'm like, yes. I'd never been to an alcoholic boba lounge before, so I wanted to sample all the drinks. They were so good, but that meant I had to get ramen after. My friend recommended Rakan ramen in Little Tokyo, and oh my god, it was so good. The next day, my best friend flew into town, and it is tradition that we always go to Koreatown, drink a ton of soju, eat a ton of Korean bar food, and after that, we went to Mello Mello for some dessert. The next day, we went to this burger spot we've been wanting to try called The Window. It was so good, and then we had some sushi, and I left to Texas to eat some barbecue.
This is what I eat in a day to tone my abs and still grow a booty. Keep in mind that I'm also chugging water all damn day. So for breakfast, I always do an iced oat milk latte. I don't do any sweetener. And then I do a bowl of non-fat Greek yogurt with granola and cacao nibs. After my workout, I have a protein shake using the Blessed protein powder. I use chocolate coconut. It's so damn good. For lunch, I had my meal prepped teriyaki chicken drumsticks with spinach and then rice. I always like to at least have one meal a day that has a protein, veggie, and grain. Midday, I had another iced oat milk latte with a dark chocolate bar. I like to freeze them, and it satisfies your damn sweet tooth. Towards like 5 p.m., I made a banana smoothie. For dinner, I had Cafe Habana, so I had 2 fish tacos and then corn. And then every day, I have 2 scoops of sea moss, and it's super good for your overall health and skin. And I always finish the night with a good old cup of peppermint tea.
This is what I eat in a day as someone who lifts 5 times a week and eats a little bit below maintenance. I love this coffee. I put 2.5 tablespoons of the Starbucks caramel macchiato creamer in it. And I have this right when I wake up every morning with some baked oats. I meal prep these for the week and I heat them up in the microwave. Literally the best breakfast ever. On my way to the gym, I had a few of these chips because they were just sitting in my car. And I drink a lot of water. I feel like I'm peeing all day long. When I got back from the gym, I wasn't super hungry, so I had some yogurt with creatine mixed in it and my favorite granola, which is from Target. Along with that, I had a few pieces of chicken bacon, which is such a good high protein snack. And before class, I made my protein smoothie. I've just been taking this to class with me every day. It is loaded with protein and I have a recipe on my page. When I got back from class, I had a cheese stick and then I had some crackers with this Laughing Cow cheese on it. A few hours later for dinner, I made a spinach chicken wrap. This has become my favorite dinner and I eat this with the Bolthouse Farms ranch and some carrots on the side. I enjoy this so much more than just eating plain grilled chicken. And lastly, to cure my sweet tooth, I had about 2/3 of this Halo Top. I added some toppings on that, and that is all. Good night.
What I eat in a day? Now, before I start this what I eat in a day, if you are judgmental about what people eat, especially when they're fat, please scroll past. This was one of those days where I literally ate so fucking much. God knows how much I spent on food today, but it was one of those days, do you know what I mean? I started off the day with a McDonald's breakfast and then I had TGI's for lunch. Had chicken sesame strips and these mozzarella dippers. Look at that cheese pull. Have you seen anything so glorious? With your chicken strips, are you a dipper in the sauce or do you pour the sauce all over your chicken strips? Because I'm definitely a dipper. They're so fucking banging. Oh my God, I could eat these all over again. And another insane cheese pull. And then afterwards we shared this brownie dessert. And to be honest, I only had like 2 mouthfuls. It was so sickly. Here's when it gets a bit too far, but not far enough just yet. We then took my best friend's sister to McDonald's and decided to all share some chicken nuggets while we were there. And I tried dipping it in with a milkshake. It was absolutely vile, but Martha loves it. I'll just stick to my barbecue sauce. Then I had a Malteser McFlurry. These are my fave. Although look how much chocolate they gave me. Literally nothing. Even though Easter's all about chocolate. Happy Easter to you too, McDonald's. And then, about 1 o'clock in the morning, we were starving. Also feeling a bit hormonal. Now, I never get a burger, but for some reason, I was craving it. So I got a big tasty. Normally, I'm a classy little chicken select gal, but not tonight. Then some of these spicy cheese melt dippers with some sour cream sauce. And I was done for the day.
All right, y'all, here's what I eat in a day, being pretty healthy, but not too crazy healthy and not restricting myself too much. Okay, I forgot to record the first thing, but I start every morning with athletic greens if I remembered to, and then I have my morning coffee about 30 minutes later. This is an espresso pod, it's the vanilla one, plus almond milk and a Truvia. By the way, this Ember mug is the best thing I've ever purchased. It keeps my coffee warm all morning. And then for breakfast, I made cheesy eggs and avocado toast. I usually do 2 to 3 eggs and I use a whole grain toast. For the avocado toast, I add salt, pepper, and then some red pepper chili flakes. And I also had some berries today. Moving on to lunch, I had kind of a healthified grilled cheese. I use this 10-grain bread. The cheese is cheddar and Monterey Jack. The tomato soup is made with a bone broth, which I hear is very good for you. And I also added an avocado on the side of this one. Oh, and here's my cute lunch date. I was really sad after lunch because I love these little mini brownie things that I get from Whole Foods. I've tried a couple different flavors of them and the only one I like is the chocolate one, but I only had one left. So I ate that and I had a Celsius right after for like my quote dessert. Moving on to dinner, I didn't really record much of my dinner pre-actually making it, but here is the chicken going into the oven. I baked some chicken and I made like a little kind of Greek salad side with tomatoes, cucumber, avocado, olive oil, salt, pepper, and that's it. It was definitely missing feta and olives, but I had to make do because I didn't have those. And then for dessert, I had a little bit of my favorite ice cream. This is the Jenny's ice cream birthday cake flavor. It's unbelievable, and that is what I eat in a day.
What I eat in a day, binge eating disorder recovery, but honestly, I'm still struggling. I've been eating out a lot, eating too much, been feeling so unmotivated to cook, and my house is still getting redone. So there are men working here 7 days a week. I feel really guilty and a lot of shame for eating so unhealthy, but this is just the season I'm in right now. And if all I can do to nourish my body for the day is eat takeout, then that's what I'm gonna do.
This is what I eat in a day. I had half of a Brazil nut. I had a sip of my toddler's smoothie to make sure it wasn't poison. Then I had some coffee. My husband made me this delicious, wonderful, sexy latte. And then I had the rest of my toddler's smoothie. It was sensational. This is how I clean my blender. I thought that would be helpful. My husband made me an egg on a piece of bread butt toast. I added just a little bit of sriracha and it was so good. Then I made myself a green tea with a little bit of sugar. I made the mistake of letting my husband feed me with a spatula. It was super hot and then I inhaled a piece of the hash brown and almost choked. Then I drank my green tea and I ate the rest of my son's hash browns. The plate was stuck to the counter. My husband was looking for something while I was eating this, and I don't know if you can read my lips, but I'm like, I look for it just like you do every time. I had some gummy snakes, really exposing my double chin here. Worth it. And then I had this Mexican candy. I don't know what else to call it. I don't know if that's like an offensive way to describe it, but it's kind of spicy, mango. I used to eat stuff like this a lot when I was younger. I had some sunflower seeds. And then I had some kimchi. I've really been rationing our kimchi because I'm trying to save money and everything's so expensive right now. So I have not been eating as much of it as I want to. It's like $8-9 a jar right now. Then I had a pickle and a sparkling water, a coffee. My husband made this coffee for me. My husband convinced me to order Domino's. I was so desperate because I didn't want to cook, but I really didn't want Domino's. I'm gonna be really transparent with you guys right now. My husband picked a movie I didn't want to watch. It was super depressing. I ate the Domino's and some chicken wings, and I literally hated myself after that. I was so grumpy, anxious, just in a really bad mood. Sometimes that happens. Have a good day.
What I eat in a day is somebody who weighs about the same as a 3-seater sofa, who's just trying to live the best life. So for breakfast, I just had toast, and then lunch, I was like super crazy busy. So I just inhaled a pot noodle, as one does. And then once I finished work, we decided to have Domino's because it's Domino's, like, why wouldn't you want it? So I had some wedges with barbecue sauce, and then I had the vegan chicken pizza, which I've said it once, I'll say it again, best pizza ever. I'm just putting it out there, all right? I'm just saying. Okay, love you, bye.